she pulled out all the stops. Here is the intro of the episode.
Megyn, Duchess of Sussex, in her first ever podcast interview. It's happening.
It's not about the grandeur of a gesture. It's about I see you. I'm nurturing you and I see you so deeply. And I love being able to see your growth. Of all things, it's making me emotional.
I have full body chills right now.
For them to be able to look back and go, oh my gosh, she has loved us so much.
Why don't you like her?
Oh, let me count the ways. There's nothing I like about her. She is a malignant narcissist who cannot get enough of herself while she simultaneously plays the victim. My castle's too small. Yeah. The queen is mean to me. They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm going to put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends, while she never stops whining. And at the same time, I'm getting all worked up. I'm a founder. I'm over it. She's not important. She married for money. It's very clear. She bagged the elephant. She was thrilled she became a, quote, princess.
When Megyn Kelly and Bill Maher roast Meghan Markle from opposite coasts, it's a royal takedown fit for the history books. Think Thanksgiving turkey, extra crispy. Meghan's latest podcast moment, complete with her signature crocodile tears, just got lit up from 2 time zones. Megyn didn't hold back, and Bill came in with a verbal flamethrower. Why is everyone suddenly breaking out in hives over Meghan's drama queen routine? Stick around. This epic double roast throws more shade than Buckingham Palace during a solar eclipse.
I admire Harry for going to Afghanistan. Anybody who's had military service, I can only criticize so much because I haven't. And there's nothing that compares to military service. But they're ridiculous after that. They want it both ways. You know, you can't be, these people were so mean to us and poor us, and we don't want all this attention, and then let me write a book about how much we don't want attention.
Meghan Markle, once the Duchess of Fairy Tales and candlelit palace dinners, took to her new podcast for what appeared to be an emotional moment, or at least her best attempt at one. Caught somewhere between an Oscar audition and a soap opera villain's monologue, Megyn delivered what might be the world's most theatrical sniffle, actual tears. Nowhere in sight, not even a single glimmer in the eye. Instead, we got a perfectly timed dramatic pause, the kind you rehearse in front of a mirror while arguing with your shampoo bottle.
Contrast all of that with the way she talks about H and their relationship. Here is it. Is it 46 or 47, Lauren? You choose.
That his heart is even more beautiful.
I love that your eyes are sparkling right now.
Oh.
Oh my God. Dan, I threw up in my mouth.
Yes. Yes.
Dan, when you do interviews on your show, do you do the Jamie Kern Lima reactions? Yes. Oh my God, there's something wrong with her. What? Wow, who communicates like that? She's the only thing saving Meghan Markle, because between the two, she's even weirder. But Meghan Markle, this is a tell. Okay, this is a tell. It's the same way on Valentine's Day. You see people post like, my rock, my life partner, the person who saved me. Guaranteed that guy is cheating on her and she knows it.
The internet, never known for its subtlety, sniffed out the performance within minutes. Hashtags lit up like wildfire. No need for forensic audio experts. Everyone could feel it. Even amateur drama students were chiming in. That tearless cry. Yeah, she wouldn't last a day in community theater. And then came Megyn Kelly. Sage right, stilettos clicking like a countdown, ready to slice through the noise with a glare and a tongue dipped in pure disdain.
Some credit, but not a lot. Because they want to be seen as this modern couple, way hipper than the other stuffy ones in the family. Okay, then go all the way and say it. Say, we're not just taking a step back from royalty, we're renouncing the whole outdated, racist, anachronistic lot of it. We're saying loud and proud, what is this that some people are royal? You want to be modern and woke and all that? Want to get rid of politically incorrect words? How about Your Highness? What?
Meghan's cry-a-thon practically begged for a primetime intervention. But Megyn Kelly didn't even flinch. Without breaking a sweat, She shredded the royal performance like it was a clumsy true crime reenactment. No moody lighting. No dramatic piano score. Just a podcast mic, a sharp tongue, and a vault full of skepticism. To Megyn, this wasn't grief. It was graphic design. Emotion, not lived, but storyboarded.
When she married Harry, the press was wonderful for her. The British people loved Harry, and they were delighted to see him so happy and in love, and she was playing the role of demure, supportive partner to a T. I mean, very well. It wasn't until she started to make her positions clear and continuously play the victim from the palace that people started to get a feel of who she really was. And then the public opinion turned, and so did the press.
She broke it down frame by frame, as if Megyn had storyboarded her own tears with production notes. Sniffle at 12:47. Voice quiver at 12:53. Pause. Cue soft piano. Wounded ego enters stage left. Megyn Kelly wasn't buying a second of it. In fact, she dismantled the whole act with the ease of swatting a fly. Only the fly was performance art, and the racket was gold-plated skepticism. She didn't just critique the moment, she exposed it. Why, she asked, does someone who claims to shun the spotlight cry on cue in front of a full production crew? Megyn didn't bring receipts. She brought insider instincts. Years of media know-how sharpened to a point, because when real people cry, they don't pause for background music. They don't cry in high def with flawless emotional beats. This wasn't vulnerability. This was branding. Sadness so curated, it came with its own mood board. But the takedown didn't end there. Enter Bill Maher. Not as a teammate. There was no call-out, no call, no coordinated strike. Just perfect cosmic timing. On a different day, on a different show, Bill caught a glimpse of Megyn's tearful theatrics and delivered a signature eye roll wrapped in sarcasm. Oh, honey, no.
Strike me as creatures of that generation. You know, you're just fragile. You know, just take a hint from the Queen, the recently departed.
Never complain, never explain, and rarely be heard speaking in public.
You're complaining about your hard life, and you're so privileged. It's just so weird.
It's ridiculous. I totally agree.
With the timing of a seasoned comic and the frustration of someone stuck behind a Prius doing 20 in a 60, Bill Maher took that performative crying energy and ran it over, twice, with pure sarcasm. He didn't just mock the tears. He built an entire comedy mansion on them. Gold-plated fixtures, emotional fragility in the foundation, and a moat overflowing with crocodile tears. Call it what it was, cry satire, a genre Maher may have just invented on the spot. Normally, Bill saves his snark for politicians, pundits, and people who believe almond milk is real milk. But the Markle melodrama? Irresistible. He tore into the theatrics with the glee of a dad discovering cringe TikToks at 2 a.m. Sniffle. A red flag. The shaky voice. Straight from the bargain bin of overacted emotion. The royal victim narrative. So full of holes, it looked like Swiss cheese at a shooting range. Unlike Megyn's surgical breakdown, Bill shredded it in true Maher style. Offhand, biting, and laced with just enough venom to sour your morning latte. He didn't need a thesis. Just a raised eyebrow and the truth. The average American doesn't need media training to spot a scripted sob fest, especially when it's neatly wedged between a product launch and a branded partnership. And Bill? He rolled his eyes so hard, NASA probably picked up the orbit. You couldn't look away, even if you wanted to.
Avoid the promo for this summer if you turned on your television, trying to get her back into people's minds so she can relaunch her career, maybe improve her likability factor. Well, it's not working. A new poll conducted by Newsweek shows that her popularity is down 8 points from June. She's underwater in her net approval rating. 33% of people reported their dislike for her. 31% said she was okay to them. I guess the rest don't have an opinion, but she's going in the wrong direction. Harry's liked by a few more, but they're still both disliked. And so you tell me whether it is possible at this point to rehabilitate Meghan Markle.
Here's the poetic twist. Megyn Kelly and Bill Maher rarely agree on anything. One leans conservative. The other oscillates somewhere between cynically liberal and cosmically fed up. But in a rare moment of accidental alignment, they both saw Meghan Markle's emotional performance and collectively said, "Ma'am, please, That's not political, that's universal. You know it's bad when two people who argue about everything end up metaphorically high-fiving over how cringe your performative statness was. It's like cats and dogs forming a peace treaty because your ukulele playlist was that unbearable. It doesn't happen unless the cringe reaches planetary levels. Megyn deconstructed the media tactics with surgical precision. Bill just asked the obvious. Why are we still pretending to be shocked when a Hollywood-trained duchess shows up with full theater kid energy on a podcast? Because this wasn't about a single tear. It was about the pattern. Every big emotion. Every carefully timed confession. Every misty-eyed reveal seems to arrive with a new project, a new launch, or another branded attempt to monetize pain. Let's not pretend this is new. We've had the Oprah tell-all, the Netflix docuseries, the magazine covers with deep stares into expensive fireplaces, and now, the podcast tears. No real substance, just vibes.
The most insecure person I have seen in the public eye in a long time. That is why everything had to be perfectly curated. Who the hell picks fucking berries in a white cashmere blouse and white pants? Literally no one on earth does that. And like this garden, which is like the most over the top. Like we're all supposed to go, Maureen, to make our breakfast in the morning out to our gardens and pick our berries, our raspberries, our strawberries, our blueberries, our snozberries, and cut our mint, and then cut our flowers that are edible. But don't worry, she's a woman of the people. You can grow those just on your windowsill at home in New York, your edible flowers.
And don't forget your local beekeeper.
Yeah.
Your local beekeeper.
Oh, yeah, because she has a bee hive, which she goes to. That's how they open the whole series with her bees. And like, don't worry, if you don't have this, just go to your local beekeeper. Clearly, we're living in different worlds.
Backlash was inevitable. Markle's fans came out swinging, calling Megyn Kelly bitter and accusing Bill Maher of being smug, as if smugness isn't Bill's entire brand. But honestly, the damage was already done. The emotional Jenga tower had collapsed, and the internet? It wasn't buying what Megyn was selling, especially when two seasoned cultural commentators with no coordination and wildly different worldviews both had the same gut reaction. Yeah. No. There was no need for a palace conspiracy, secret tapes, or deep state drama. Just two media pros with sharp instincts and well-trained BS radars rolling their eyes straight into the stratosphere. Because let's be real, if your tearful story comes with cinematic lighting, a soft piano score, and perfectly timed fade-outs, you're probably crying for the camera, not for catharsis. Megyn called out the strategy. Bill mocked the self-pity. And without even meaning to, they formed a critical Voltron of, oh, please. What really made it sting? The predictability. People aren't emotionally numb. They're just equipped with better fake detectors these days. Authenticity isn't something you can mass produce. Eventually, someone shows up with a truth wrench and unscrews your whole narrative.
So I'm a little bit fascinated, right? The mother was born in America, the father was born in America, but Megyn is now telling us that she's 43% Nigerian?
This is the most ridiculous. This is the same woman who said, I never even considered my blackness until the British tabloids started to make a thing out of it. Never even. Now she's like, I am Nigeria. Fellow women, hear me roar. I mean, who is she kidding? She's as white as I am. And she's over there like leaning in. Now I'm the face of the black woman. Okay, how much time did she have for this when she was on Suits, when she was doing the Tig, when she was trying to land the ginger from the royal family to marry her? Apparently none.